Hello everyone and welcome back to my Bold and Beautiful 29 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Deacon Sharp has a lot of scenes coming up with Hope Logan. With Hope's downfall getting more clear, could she face a self-murder extremity subsequently? Is this where Cleric comes in to save the day? Carter Walton felt like his ideas weren't being seriously considered. Although they were, Carter didn't feel that way. In a heated and emotionally charged moment, Carter tricked Ridge Forrester and Steffi Forrester Finnegan into handing him the company. Carter is filled with remorse and would love to give the company back to the Forrester family again. Carter indeed embraced Ridge, but still is too stubborn to give in. It was mentioned many weeks ago that the change in Forrester Creations was making buyers nervous. That was Carter's intention when he asked Brooke Logan to be CEO. It had veritably little to do with Brooke's skill set and further to do with a familiar face assuring buyers. While Carter is redefining the achievement, Hope isn't backing down. Hope knows that the end is coming. Hope reeled over seeing Carter clinch Ridge. Hope seems to also be showing her true colors to everyone, including her own mama. It should also be noted that everyone at the jewelry launch was dimmed except for Hope. It was indeed shown that Ivy Forrester and Electra Forrester couldn't indeed truly enjoy their launch. Everyone was disaccorded except for Hope. Carter seems close to turning the company back over to the Forrester family. When that happens, Carter will surely lose Hope. Still, while Hope will look for an idol, she'll just find that she's been completely disgraced. This could have Hope looking around at her life and realizing she's lost it all. Hope lost her son, every man that was in her corner, her career, and presumably her mama too. When all that sets in for Hope, she could feel absolutely alone and distraught. Hope might indeed contemplate taking her own life. With Cannon attesting that he's mugged 10 shows with Hope, that means Cleric will have a big part in her story coming up. Could Hope lose everything and suppose about ending it all? Cleric couldn't be there for Hope when she was growing up. Still, this is Deacon's chance to be there for Hope now. Will Deacon be the one to encourage Hope to get internal health treatment? Carter Walton regrets the preemption. Carter has admitted this important to Hope Logan, with Hope facing losing Carter and everything she's gained from the love. Could she commit one final act of wile? Suckers know that Carter and Hope are both in on the achievement together. Still, it's only Carter's name on the LLC documents. While Hope is with Carter in the Forrester Creations preemption, all liability falls on the susurrus. Hope is just lucky enough to be dating Carter, so she gets to reap all of the benefits. Still, it seems in the morning, Hope just wanted her fashion line back. Since the preemption, Hope hasn't really mentioned her line or seems to watch important about it. Hope's primary concern seems to be getting vengeance at Steffi Forrester Finnegan. Back to Carter, he admitted to Hope that he thinks they've taken the achievement far enough. Carter suggested they just give the company back. Carter indeed embraced Ridge Forrester. Carter is really starting to misdoubt if Hope is his soulmate. In the morning, Carter allowed that Hope was the only person to believe in him. Still, Carter is starting to see Hope's true colors, indeed if he hasn't outright admitted it yet. It's clear from the look on Carter's face. Carter might suppose he loves Hope, but he could also be wondering if everyone is right. It seems that everyone is opening their eyes to the real Hope. Indeed, Hope's own mama is starting to question her. What happens when Hope starts to realize that she's about to fall from her throne? Will she take drastic action before Carter can hand the company back to the Forrester family? Will Hope pretend to support Carter only to throw a curveball? Carter detailed his exact plan to Hope as the preemption was passing. So, what would stop Hope from doing the same thing to Carter and putting the company in her own name? With Carter's shoulders so heavy, it's veritably possible that he could miss commodity important. After all, Hope is right there to help Carter. What's to stop her from helping herself to getting the newest director of Forrester Creations? Steffi strategizing, Brooke expressing her regrets, and Hope standing strong while facing down Ridge. Steffi, Zen Taylor, and Daphne Rose bandied what was going on. What if Brooke is trying to help? Steffi wasn't sure that was the case, and indeed if it was, Hope's claws were in too deep at this point. Zend, still, stood by his station that Brooke is doing her stylish, to work effects out. Latterly, Zend and Daphne Rose left for the office, leaving Steffi and Taylor to wonder where Ridge went. Did he go to the office, too? Yes. Yes, he did. Over at the office, Carter and Ridge continued hugging it out as Hope heated at the door. Also, Carter went off about how he had to do it and how he didn't want it to affect their fellowship. Also, Hope came in throwing station and demanded to know why Ridge was there. Ridge wasn't putting up with it. He hit right back and laid into Hope. Hope wasn't putting up with it. She went off on Ridge about him and Steffi and their treatment of the Logans. Hope stood up to Ridge and ripped him piecemeal. She refocused out how indeed Brooke doesn't feel valued by him. Just look how presto he ran to Taylor. Carter simply stood back and let Hope go off without saying a word. He stood and watched as Hope scowled and told Ridge there was nothing he could do to stop it. Ridge had enough and put Carter on blast. You don't wear the crown, do you? He fooled slyly before leaving the office. Carter's face dropped and you could tell that dig hurt. Don't worry, Hope was right there to soothe him. We can't let them ruin what we have, she muttered before she kissed him. Mission to manipulate complete. Or so she allowed. Carter didn't exactly look convinced. Across the hall, Katie and Brooke bandied all the goings-on, and Brooke admitted she felt like a fish out of water. All the enmity is importing on her. Brooke also missed Ridge deeply and felt like she was betraying him. Katie had a many studies of her own, substantially about Carter. He got his want, and he's miserable. Also, Brooke dropped the lemon that she doesn't believe her son is innocent presently. Sure, Hope may suppose she's pushing for the right thing, but look at the mess she's caused. Ridge didn't earn any of this. Latterly, Brooke met up with Ridge in the hallway and asked to talk. She took him into the design room. Brooke formally again tried to tell Ridge that she only took the CEO job to try and stop this gibberish with Carter. She was doing her part to keep the company round. Also, she tried again to get him to see that she's still his Logan and asked him to come home. Hope went through a lot in over a time. Her marriage to Liam unraveled when she started having amorous daydreams about Thomas. Hope came to her senses and realized she wanted a man who was fully devoted to her. She ended up losing Thomas and Douglas to Paris, thanks to Steffi's plan of keeping the star-crossed suckers piecemeal. Hope set her sights on Finn. She visualized about tearing him down from Steffi. Still, he remained married to his woman. And wasn't willing to play Hope's games. Her pride was bruised until Carter entered the scene. He told Hope that he'd been intimately in love with her since the business trip to Rome. Hope didn't realize that the man she wanted was in front of her all this time. Suddenly, Hope turned into a whole other woman. Again. She wasn't the same bone. Who was in a relationship with Thomas. At the time, she took their professional relationship to a particular position. When it came to Carter, she loved having him in her own corner. It offered her a false sense of security and blew up her head. She enjoyed having someone who fed her respects about herself and her hope for the unborn brand. It's hard to believe there was a time when Hope was innocently righteous and wanted to do the right thing. Currently, she craves power and control. Hope has been exorbitantly confident ever since she took over Forrester Creations with Carter. She feeds into the idea that she's eventually where she belongs. Hope got tired of Steffi hanging her. She snapped when Steffi tried to beat her at her game and told her that she'd no way have what she had. Hope has been causing all of this drama to stick it to Steffi.